Kane Brown monster truck. Independent driver wins a point series. All of this and more is coming up on this week's edition of Monster Truck News. As the Monster Jam season winds down, the point series continues to be more and more interesting. On Stadium Series East, carnage ensued in East Rutherford, New Jersey, most notably headlined by Joe Foley and Axe winning freestyle. Tyler Menninger put on a dominant performance that puts him ahead of previous series leader Bara Musawa, but only by a single point. Now, the two championship contenders will battle it out in 2 weeks' time in Pittsburgh for the series finale. In Colorado Springs, it was a constant tussle between Team Monster Mutt Dalmatian and Team El Toro Loco, with Kristen Anderson and Zach Garner also taking wins on the weekend. Manuel Solaria has once again overtaken Tony Oakes as Blake Granger inches closer to clinching the Arena Series East Points Championship. On Arena Series Central, the independents shined through as the stars of the weekend. Triton Robbins took Crazy Train to 3 of the 4 overalls of the weekend, while John Zimmer Jr. successfully clinched the series championship for the very first time. Now it's battle for second, as Jamie Sullivan and Matt Cody are tied for second position. This weekend, all of Monster Jam's Arena Series will have a stop. However, Arena Series Central will have a non-point stop in Moline, Illinois. Tune in next week for the next edition of the Roundup Report right here on Monster Talk. John Zimmer Jr. has successfully etched his name into the history books this past weekend. The second generation driver becomes the very first independent to win a Monster Jam Point Series championship. Some before Zimmer Jr. have come close. Even Zimmer Jr. himself came close 2 years ago. But in 2025, it was time for the independents to rise up. Zimmer Jr. hasn't had it easy, having to constantly fight between drivers such as Matt Cody, Jamie Sullivan, Fernando Martinez, and even his father, along with the Robbins and Angelina Knock. With this historic championship victory, he punches his ticket to his first main field World Finals appearance in Salt Lake City in July. The outpouring of support is palpable, with many industry folk expressing their congratulations to Team Send It Motorsports. And we here at Monster Talk would like to congratulate John Zimmer Jr. and Team Send It Motorsports as they make their first World Finals appearance in Salt Lake City. Monster Jam has announced 3 stadium shows that will be taking place later in the year. The first is the confirmation of the 2025 Monster Jam Australian Tour, though interestingly, no mention of Melbourne as of yet. It is likely to be announced soon, but what has been confirmed is the all-star lineup that is heading to the land down under. For the first time since 2015, both Adam and Ryan Anderson will compete in Australia, and Son of a Digger will return alongside 2 trucks making their Aussie debut. Sparkle Smash, driven by Jamie Sullivan, a JCB Diggertron piloted by Brandon Arthur, will join 6 other talented drivers for a total of 10 trucks. So far, only Sydney and Gold Coast have been confirmed as of yet. The other event that has been announced is a second St. Louis event. It is unknown who will be present in St. Louis, but it is very interesting to see another St. Louis show on the calendar. These last few weekends have seen an influx of new and returning identities. Starting out with 2 Extreme Racing, Jimmy Creedon's iconic Bounty Hunter, celebrating its 30th anniversary, debuted this awesome throwback design, harkening back to this mid-2000s scheme. 2 Extreme also re-debuted Jekyll and Hyde, returning with the split scheme pickup truck styled body. Speaking of anniversary designs, Roger Gorge's Bigfoot has debuted a special scheme incorporating the gold theming, but in its own way. Monkey Business also has a new body and simplified paint scheme, celebrating 10 years. Monster Patrol has recently made an appearance at an event with an all-new body style, driven by Brandy Schmidt. In Canada, a new iteration of Bucking Bronco has debuted on the former Temperature Rising chassis. Also in attendance was the all-new RoboShark, driven by Ethan Nuttall. This weekend in Quarryville, Pennsylvania, Pretty Wicked returns on the former Shredder chassis with a to-be-announced driver. Finally, at the Pulley-Up Washington shows earlier in April, Brandon Swick of Geronimo debuted the Monster Truck Insanity the next level tour truck, which might be my favorite of the bunch. Which one is your favorite truck? Let us know in the comments down below. Country music singer Kane had the opportunity to drive a Monster Jam truck this past weekend in East Rutherford. Brown's career in the music industry has taken him to unfathomable heights as of recently, and one of his most recent songs has become a fan favorite. Miles on It has topped all of the Billboard charts and has featured Gravedigger in the music video. Now, however, in conjunction with a Spin Master diecast release of the truck designed by Kane himself, the Georgia native recently got to see a life-sized version of his creation and even drive it. While it was only a hot lap, as a massive Kane Brown fan myself, I hope we get to see more involvement with Kane Brown and Monster Jam in the future. Maybe a World Finals performance, please? As the 24th Monster Jam World Finals draws closer, more and more details about the upcoming event in Salt Lake City have been revealed. And in 2025, things are very, very different. More details in regards to clarifications with the format and the all-new World Finals selection show have been revealed. On the latest Inside Monster Jam episode, greater clarification was given in regards to the format. The lineup will be split into two groups, Group A and Group B. The drivers competing in the main field will be sorted into these groups based on their positions in the power rankings. On night 2, the winner from night 1 and the runner-up will compete against the Group B winners and runner-up. The two drivers from night 1 will get a chance to run on the night 2 track, feel it out, and make any adjustments. Then, both runner-ups will compete for the bronze medal in the third place race. And then, of course, the World Racing Champion will be decided. Another detail that has been announced is the first ever World Finals selection show. Streaming live to YouTube on May 19th at 8 PM EST, Scott Jordan will present the first ever World Finals selection show, which will detail all of the drivers competing in the main field, last chance qualifier, two-wheel skills, and high jump championship, as well as presumably reveal what groups drivers are classed in. Not only that, but one of the encores will be revealed, as well as a track preview. It has already been revealed that the track will utilize part of the stands, but the extent of which has not been revealed yet. As the World Finals inches closer, I'm excited to see the World Finals take shape and see the selection show on May 19th. And well, that is all we have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.